All right, so who's next?
Rob from Disorganized Productions.
Yes,
Let's
Robbie.
see if his reading will be as disorganized as well.
Well, Rob, you're shocked, allegedly. Shocked, I tell you, shocked. 51.
Well, I'm shocked that he is shocked, or that he pulled shocked. Shocker.
Yeah. It's like electricity, you got to transfer. So he's shocked. He shocked me now. Now that I've said it, you're shocked. So you got to pass it
Exactly.
along.
Shocking the world.
Shock comes, fear and terror. Laughing words, shrieking and yelling. Shock spreads fear for 100 miles. Someone does not lose the sacred ladle and libation. Shock stirs and shakes you up, spreading fear and hysteria. Suddenly, everyone is reacting to their own strong emotions, and those of others. Hold on to what you most value and keep it safe through the upheaval. Never lose your connection with the creative power that remains constant and true through the storms. What must change? What will continue?
I know he's been going through a lot of changes, a lot of very big, big changes.
Air Elemental, the White Pelican. Ease, optimism, grace, cooperation. All right. Oh, here we go. Okay, so 7 of arrows reversed. Insecurity. This one, they call it insecurity, this one. And so this is a woman, she's back up against a tree, and all these arrows have hit her. Well, some of them have hit her and some of them have missed her. That's what's really interesting, right? Some have hit, some have missed. She's not really bleeding though. It's kind of interesting, right? Because some of them hit, some of them miss. Like there's one that's hitting right in her heart, right?
Yeah.
If you can see right there.
She kind of looks like the female version of the Green Man.
Yeah. The Green Woman, who is the Empress in this deck, right? This probably is the Green Woman, probably telling the story within this tarot deck of their empire, right? Telling the minor arcana are the 4 kingdoms of the empire. We have Ansu's again upright. All right, so your circumstances here is that you've been taking all these hits, right? Like this is like all these like kind of like psychic lambastings, like people using their hostile words at you and things like that. And because you happen to have this more correct kind of preceding idea to everything that they say about you, it's like you're not having this insecurity manifest, right? It's their attacks are not having the effect that it's meant to have on you. 8 of Vessels rebirth. So this came up reversed in our origins section. Whatever this is about, the rejuvenating well springs of the feelings about the matter, right? Where when someone does something and you're emotionally irritated at them, right? You've kind of like dumped out your care for them, and then you're just like, fuck you, right? But then like that kind of like, it wasn't that big of a deal. You were just angry, and then it fills up again because it wasn't really a matter of principle or anything like that, right? It was just a bad moment, and it's like, who cares, right? And so like that's the refilling as the water, as the emotions come through. But this is reversed here, right? So, you know, someone has emptied their feelings on the matter, and nothing has seemed to have restored them. Let me see if the rune can make that statement a lot clearer. We got Dagas here with it, right? So someone in this situation was in the right, and they're the one that is having a good time despite circumstances. In our focus, or not our focus, here in our position of the worth, we have the Sun of Life reversed. All right? To move to the new day is something that you're struggling to do right now. Gebo has popped up. Something, you know, like, you feel like something has been tremendously unfair, right? And, you know, Gebo is balance. It is a rune of fairness. It doesn't have a reverse to it at the same time, right? So looking at that, it's like you feel like the situation's unfair, but it's actually fairer than it seems. And Skuld. I'm not... Yeah, in Skuld. Oh, my mind. All right.
You're good.
Forest Lovers. The Forest Lovers. And that popped up upright, right? So... It's very much that question of moving on to the next thing, bringing yourself into that place of saying, I'm ready to do something different, or whatever. Let's just say this is about love in a literal sense, right? It's just like, you know, you're finally ready to not have a thought in the mind for the other person ever again, and now it's time for, you know, to be open to the next person, or you're going to say that this person, I'm going to choose to open up and they're going to make them my lover now because there's been kind of an interest. I think I might want to pursue it. I don't know. It's, but, you know, whatever this is about, whether it's love or not, it's that kind of attitude of shifting commitment going into it. And Ingvaj. So it's really just diving into, it's kind of like being in love with the process itself.
Well, I'm not sure if you're still in chat, but, you know, let us know, man. Or, you know, otherwise, if you're watching this afterwards, you know, text Arlath in the Gods on the Spectrum group. Let us know how the reading was, how accurate or not accurate, or how disorganized it was.
And I pulled Caution. It actually popped out of my hand, so I stopped shuffling at that point. So even though we pulled it before, that one wanted to be out. Going back and taking a look, the shock aspect of it, I can see how it relates to everything as kind of like this unseen force behind the story in the tarot. The ease, the optimism, the grace, and the cooperation. Right, the Lover's card has that aspect of the cooperation. The Rebirth card is looking at the grace situation, the way I described it. Optimism is right there with the sun. Like, there's a good correlation for all the qualities popping up in this bit, right? As far as ease is concerned, ease probably would be jumping back on that Eight of Vessels card as well, right? You know, this is all dependent on when those emotions want to ease themselves up into moving. And so that's the fullness of the reading.